Um, and you know how I feel about Christmas music in general. I like the classics. I like the Mel Torme, the Frank Sinatra. Um, I love the Philharmonic orchestras. I love the beautiful Christmas music, the classic stuff, jazz and classical. Not a fan at all of the pop side of Christmas music. And with that said, and there was a little bit of chat about this last year about Mariah Carey, who has been trying to trademark three phrases for herself. Here they are. Number one, Queen of Christmas. Number two, QOC. I'm not kidding. Acronym for Queen of Christmas, of course. And Princess Christmas. Those are the three phrases that Mariah Carey is trying to trademark right now for herself. Can I write them down one more time? Queen of Christmas, QOC, and Princess Christmas. She's been trying to do this, I think, since last year. All three were just rejected by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Surprise, surprise. Her company, which is called Lotion LLC, failed to respond to a legal challenge from musician Elizabeth Chan. And that was filed, that challenge was filed over the summer. Chan, who is a full-time festive singer and songwriter, was herself described as the Queen of Christmas by the New Yorker magazine a couple of years ago. And she is speaking out right now saying that Christmas is for everyone. It is meant to be shared. It is not meant to be owned. So basically, Mariah Carey's trademark application would give her the legal right to stop others from using Queen of Christmas, QOC, or Princess Christmas on their merchandise or as titles on their music. And Chan had it very well said, saying, if you knit a Queen of Christmas sweater, you should be able to sell it on Etsy to somebody else so that they can buy it for their grandma, end quote. And not the only person, Chan, to raise concerns about this trademark application. Darlene Love, Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home. I know you know this song. She said that she too has been referred to as the Queen of Christmas a long, long time before Mariah Carey became anyone. The Times of London was calling Darlene Love the Queen of Christmas before Mariah Carey was born. So how do you feel about this kind of stuff? Do you think that phrases can be trademarked? I don't know. We got Michael Jackson, the king of pop. We have the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, and the list goes on from there. Elvis, king of rock and roll. I mean, it's... Anyway, I wonder how you feel about this kind of stuff. FGB Theaters, they're going to be out and about this weekend. Presenting sponsor, of course, of the Aired Out podcast since we got it going in 2018. Matinees, don't forget, both Saturday and Sunday. Looks like Black Panther is going to be playing tonight at 6:15 and 6:45 at the Capitol Showplace Theater. But we have the full schedule. It's posted right up on our Facebook page. Ticket to Paradise also playing starting on the 23rd, next Wednesday. Devotion. Armageddon Time is starting, or let's see, that's ending rather, November 20th. So if you want to see that, you better get on it because that's finishing up this weekend. What else? I've seen some of these trailers too. They look pretty good. The Menu, rated R. Also playing Paramount Twin Cinema. We have Black Panther. Again, 6:30 tonight, and playing through the weekend. Matinees both Saturday and Sunday, just like the Capitol Showplace. Ticket to Paradise is ending on Sunday, and starting on November 23rd, Strange World. So, and don't forget, and we posted this up, they're going to be open on Thanksgiving. So, a lot of places are closing down. FGB theaters will be open. Make it a tradition to go see a movie. And if your other half is going to be out doing Black Friday shopping and you're not interested, go see a movie. Get over to one of the theaters and just sit down and relax and enjoy some, a movie without worrying about crowds and all that stuff.
Hello. Please state your name after the...
See if we can reach Heather here. Heather, it's JD over at Potter's Angels. And I don't know if you saw what we posted up yesterday. The different parts of this. Hey, Heather, good morning.
Hey, how you doing, JD?
We're all right. You can hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Tell me about these two dogs. What's the story over at Potter's Angels? Tell us. And I know a lot of people have seen the different parts of the story that we have posted, but go back to the beginning on these two dogs right here in Central Vermont.
Yes, yeah. So these two dogs, sadly, were starved over a course of months. I think the saddest part about this case is how many people were aware this was happening. After the fact, we saw pictures posted on Facebook of the dogs when they were being starved that never were given to the proper authorities who could have intervened and saved these dogs' lives. And also the property manager tried to handle this case on his own, which led to the death of one dog and almost the death of a second.
What are the names of these two dogs? It's Phoenix, and there's another one too, right?
Yes, Coon.
Yeah.
Coon. Phoenix's name used to be Ace in his previous home, but we changed that as soon as I took him in.
Yeah. Everlasting Life.
Yeah, and he is a miracle to be here. The vets did not think he would survive. He was as close to dead as he could have been and survived. He didn't have his pulse couldn't even be registered. It was so weak, and he didn't walk he was in the ER for 5 days when I took him, and then I had him it was almost 2 weeks before he started taking steps on his own.
Yeah. I just it's unfathomable to me that this type of abuse and neglect on an animal could exist anywhere in America, but let alone our little Green Mountain state. It's baffling to me that how did this go uncovered? I know it does, but how did this dodge the radar?
So the law enforcement can only do so much. Without the public's help to gain evidence, they can't just barge into people's houses and because someone calls and makes a complaint. It's not that easy. And we get a lot of complaints as animal control officers of neighbors that just don't like each other, and they say, "Oh, they're not feeding their dog, or they're abusing their dog, or stuff like this." And we get there, and the dogs are fine, and but the problem is that kind of takes away from situations when you do need to be. You just never know when a real case of abuse is happening, is what I'm saying, because
Right.
so many people use the system to just attack each other. But in this case, the animal control officer did excellent. She went out. We had one complaint, and she actually involved me in the first complaint back in June. And somehow, I don't know why, someone tipped the owner off, obviously, because he removed both dogs and he completely cleaned out the garage. So there was actually no evidence of the dogs living there when we went there in June.
Wow.
And so, so there was nothing we could do. And because of that, she went above and beyond, though. She contacted the property owner, which is RACDC. It's a low-income housing. And they put their property manager on the case and instructed him to contact the ACO if the dogs returned. And the ACO never got another call until Bev's called her with one dog dead and another almost dead. So that break in the chain of communication cost this dog its life. And that's why we're bringing this mandatory reporting to light and trying to make that a part of our animal cruelty laws, because I feel people that should be held to a higher standard, like the property managers, landowners, veterinarians, and when they see abuse happening right in front of their face, they should be mandated to report that to the proper authorities. In this case, he'd already been instructed to do so, and I think that if there was a law of mandatory reporting and he knew he could be liable for not doing so, perhaps, that could have saved Coon's life here.
And it's even beyond that. It's the responsibility of all of us to have our eyes open and our ears open. Whether it's
she did. She followed up with the neighbors too and told them, send me pictures, give me. There's no dogs here, so there's nothing she can do.
Yeah, no,
and
I'm saying,
we need help from the public,
everyone.
Yeah,
I'm saying everyone, all Vermonters, everyone should be paying attention and speaking
everyone's
speaking
got
up.
their phones on them all the time these days. Take a picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. We get, people are throwing rocks at each other all day.
Right.
So, give us some proof. If there is real abuse happening, send pictures, stuff like that could really help enforce these cases if they had good evidence.
And we need to have something that tells us that it's worth doing this without having this in our minds of, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to get involved because Vermont's not going to do anything. The police aren't going to do anything. We have to we have to stop thinking that way. But we also need some real laws in place that remind us that yes, we as a state, we as a law, will do something. We will pay attention to what you're telling us and showing us.
Yeah. Yeah, and and the enforcement of these laws are just as important. We actually have fairly decent laws in Vermont. They're not bad for our animals, but if they're not enforced, they're meaningless. And so, after a case gets investigated by the police, they send it off to the state attorney, who decides whether they can prosecute it. And then if they prosecute, then the judge decides if these people get penalized or how they're charged. So. And there's a definite break here. People are not receiving adequate punishment for what they're doing, if they're even getting charged at all. And so there is a break in this chain, and we need to figure out where it is and do better.
You're right up here where you say, in this case, several people were aware of the situation and did not communicate with the proper authorities, including the property manager. I mean, that's that makes us say, why? Why?
That's a good question. good question for him, I guess. I don't know why you wouldn't communicate that to the proper authorities. It's a felony. So, I mean, people shouldn't be taking that matter into their own hands and feeling that it's their job or responsibility to handle a felony unless they're a police officer or animal control officer, even in this case.
You say, I have already been involved with animal abuse cases that get ignored and charges get dropped because no one is looking. Most recently, a hoarding case in which I removed 28 dogs from deplorable conditions and 4 puppies were dead upon arrival. The Orange County Sheriff refused to assist, delaying the investigation a day and costing the puppies their life. Thankfully, the state police cooperated and helped us in the investigation, but all of their hard work was for nothing. All charges were dropped by the same attorney who will be trying this case, Dixon Corbett. We need to start paying attention to these cases and ensuring our laws are upheld. We need to demand justice for our animals. No one will do anything, and nothing will change if we don't. Your words, Heather.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable how this all unfolds behind the scenes, and you know, it's mind-numbing for someone who loves animals and just wants to see our laws being upheld. And so I'm not here to fight with the system. I'm here to help fix it. I want solutions. So, you know, I do have a scheduled phone conference with the state attorney, and I plan on, you know, asking him about why are these charges getting dropped? Where are we going wrong, and what can we do better, and what can we do differently? We've got to do better for our animals. That there's a big abuse case in Edenton recently. All charges dropped. We don't know if that case in Tunbridge that happened over the summer, are those charges going to get dropped? Or I believe that case is in court this week as well. So, you know, it's sad because everyone gets upset about it, but it takes so long to get through the court system that by the time it does, everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah. Phoenix
and we need to do better. We really do.
We do. That's an understatement. We have a picture of Phoenix on the screen right now. On your post on the Potter's Angels Rescue Facebook page, you write, at the end of the week, which is this coming Sunday, we're going to be sharing the Sunday's the walk, but at the end of the week, you're going to be sharing a petition to add mandatory reporting to our animal protection laws. In this case, several people were aware of the situation and did not communicate with the proper authorities. And it goes on from there. But what's happening on Sunday?
So on Sunday, we're doing a peaceful pack walk protest to bring awareness to this case and support in justice for this case, but also to bring awareness to the petition we've created and encouraging people to contact their local representatives. On the petition, we tell people exactly how to do that. We make it really easy for people to make a difference and contact your local representatives. It's the people, the numbers that are going to count. So if there's only a few of us emailing in to our reps, then probably, you know, this isn't going to pass. It's not going to have the support it needs. And it will continue. Nothing will get done. And we'll continue fighting for these animals and just watching the cases get lost. It's not okay.
How many?
You know, I'm not okay with the possibility that the guy that did this could potentially walk without any repercussions. I'm not okay with that.
Neither am I, and I think many Vermonters would share that sentiment. How many Phoenix? You guys took in Phoenix, and how many other dogs?
From this case?
Yes.
But there wasn't any other dogs. Phoenix was the only one that survived, but there were 2 cats that were taken out of the situation as well. One had to be euthanized, and the other one was very malnourished, which was causing blindness in him, actually. And he did miraculously regain his sight and weight with basic care of food and water regularly.
But you mentioned earlier there was another dog with Phoenix. What was his name again?
Coon?
Oh, Coon, yes. So how...
You're talking about Coon. Coon is the one that she starved to death, unfortunately.
And passed away.
She did not make it out alive, yeah.
And there was a picture that you had posted of where Coon's body was found.
Yeah, so he had removed. What happened was, sadly, I mean, Phoenix and Coon were best friends, and they were used to make litters to make these guys some money.
Right.
And then, so when, well, I don't want to get into the personal details because that's all just hearsay. But
yeah, right.
But what happened was Coon died. She starved to death, and then Phoenix ate part of Coon to survive. Probably the only reason he's alive today is because he did that. And to even imagine the psychological trauma that's got to be on a dog this intelligent and sweet and kind-hearted is just, you know, that infuriates me even more. But so I guess when they found her body, he carried her a mile away from the house. And then eventually when questioned, did lead authorities to her body.
Phoenix, I'm guessing, is a German Shepherd.
Yes, he is.
And how much did Phoenix weigh when you got a hold of him?
He was 37 pounds at the ER. Today he weighs 80 pounds.
For folks who
he's more than doubled in weight.
Yeah. For folks that have not seen the 4-part little docuseries that you guys have put together over at Potter's Angels, we have shared it. It's on our page. You've got to see this. It is really a miracle, Heather. I think we both share that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really is. And he fought so hard just to live here. And I feel, obligated to fight just as hard for him, to not just get justice for this particular case, but to make sure that these animal cases in the future that I keep seeing just getting dropped, and it's got to stop. We have to hold our judges, our state attorneys, and now they have game wardens doing the animal cruelty investigations, which I think is an improvement in the system. I think that will help a lot.
Where is this petition? Is it in existence right now on social media?
Yes, it is. It's being shared on all of our pages, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. It's all over. And if you want to, come join us on Sunday, we're meeting at the Montpelier High School at 11, and we'll be walking dogs. Phoenix will be leading the pack as we protest and end up on the state lawn.
Okay. And what time are we doing this? We
are meeting there. Well, we're planning on meeting at like 10:30 to distribute. We got some shirts made from Yipes and Barry, was kind enough to get us some shirts made at a very low cost and quickly at that. And so we have Justice for Coon, Justice for Phoenix shirts available for people that can purchase that. We're just selling them at cost. They were $8, which was amazing that they did that for us.
Oh, my God.
And, and so we'll have those there, and then we figured the walk would start at 11.
We encourage people to come to this, whether they have a dog or not. Just come. And if you obviously, if you have a dog, bring a leash, get some exercise.
Yeah, it's got to be friendly.
Yeah. Sure.
Because there will be a lot of dogs and people there, so bring your friendly dog that will enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely. And if you don't have a dog to share the experience with, please just come anyways and meet Phoenix. Show your support. What a lovely animal, and how
Oh, he's amazing.
what a miracle that this dog is still alive to be able to enrich other people's lives. And I mean, just seeing the video that we've got on our Facebook page that I finally got a chance to watch without distraction last night just brought tears to my eyes. Easy to do. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. And kudos to Mandy. She's great. I mean, she was right on me on this.
She has been a rock star in this investigation, and she's very passionate also, and she sees where our laws are failing, and it's driving her mad. I mean, I guess any animal lover it would. It is appalling to see what's going on behind the scenes. It's just all getting swept under the rug, and that's I'm not okay with that, because people are not being charged as they should.
That's right.
And that's, we got to figure out where the break is, what the problem is, so that we can do better. Our justice system can do better for our animals.
Yeah. Well said, Heather. I hope to see you on Sunday. I can't.
Yes. I love that.
I can't thank you enough for what you and Mandy and all of you at Potter's Angels are doing to bring awareness to this particular story, and hopefully really shake things up and make some real positive change in the state of Vermont.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. We're going to do our best.
Thanks for joining me on the air this morning, and I hope to have you guys on again. Maybe we can get you in the studio one of these days.
Oh, that would be super fun.
Thanks, Heather.
JD.
You got it. Yeah. Heather over at Potter's Angels. Boy, what a story. We promised you that we would share that one, and we did. And keep watch of our Facebook page, because you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more about Phoenix and the petition that's going around, and more attention that's being drawn to this particular story, with the hope and the good intention of making some real positive change in our laws here in Vermont. And maybe we need to recognize a few other states and how they deal with it. And maybe we need to have a look at some of our neighboring states here in New England and see what they're doing wrong, and say we're going to be different from that. I don't know. But I do know that a lot of work needs to be done in the Department of Animal Welfare here in our state. Hey, one of the things that Michael Deering was talking about a little bit yesterday on Aired Out is the open gym for anyone, really. And it says right there, chance for you to meet your friends and shoot some hoops and just have some fun. Barry Auditorium, November 20th. Here's the dates right there. November 20th. So that would be this coming Sunday, right? Sunday. December 4th, January 15th, January 29th. Have that on your calendar from 5 until 6:30. It is free, thanks to the Barry Moutois. But get up there and have some fun. Bring your kids. Let them, all ages welcome. Wear your sneakers. Don't be going barefoot or wearing your Crocs like Michael Booten. But get up there and just have some fun. It's great that they're doing that. And thanks to the Moutois for making it happen. There is, I want to close out this morning by just saying that there is an absolute boatload of stuff that is going on in our community right now. There is so much that it's almost it's almost borderline overwhelming. Raylene is doing a hell of a job managing everything, trying to manage everything that's happening in our Central Vermont community and getting it aired out on our page, putting it up there so that you know about it. From Santa Claus coming to Preston's Kia, the Lions Club, Christmas tree sale, what's going on up at Jenna's Promise. So much happening. It's literally it's overwhelming. It really is. As you saw last night on Facebook, the sign is up at Jenna's Coffee House. Open, wide open. I think this morning, thanks to Two Sons Bakehouse. They have their live auction that is coming up on Saturday from 4 to 8. I think the actual auction starts at 7, but from 4 to 8, and it's absolutely free. You should get in and be part of this up in Johnson. It's amazing. I know that Raylene's going to be there, and I also know it wouldn't surprise me if she went live, but at the very least, sharing some pictures of the incredible stuff that's going on up at Jenna's Promise and Jenna's Coffee House up in Johnson. And thanks to everyone who made all that possible. You talk about a team effort, a lot of people involved helping out and making sure that this was going to be a go. A lot of work. Months in the making, if not more than that. Meat Bingo is at the Legion tonight. American Legion, Post 10, right here in Barrie. So get over to that if you can and have some fun. Get indoors. Stay warm. What else did I put together for you this morning? I think that's pretty much it. We got the local birthdays. We got the movies that are playing at FGB theaters. We're going to post up the Facebook question of the day. Of course, about minimum wage here in Vermont. This past Tuesday, Department of Labor announcing a 5% increase for statewide minimum wage. I want to know how you feel about that. We're going to be watching and looking for pictures coming in from the Buffalo area where they're supposed to get between 3 and 4 feet of snow starting today. This huge lake effect storm that's just buzzing social media right now so much. And one of the things that we're going to have a good number of laughs about next week here on Aired Out is the price tag that's connected to Taylor Swift tickets. And I don't know if you've heard about what they're going for. But I can tell you right now that somebody other than Raylene is going to have to just calm me down next week. I'm going to try to calm myself down over the weekend so that next week when I talk about Taylor Swift tickets, that my blood pressure doesn't spike up and blood starts shooting out of my ears. Anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks to Potter's Angels, Heather, Mandy, for staying with me and making sure that we're airing out. Not only the not so good, but also the good. It's what we love doing. Thanks for catching the podcast. And don't forget, not only are we live, and we always love being live, never edited, but make sure that you take the time to click a like, follow our page, comment, share any episode that you enjoy. We are seen and heard live on Facebook, yes, and YouTube from the ASB Financial Fly on the Wall Productions Studios, North Main Street, Barrie, Vermont, the epicenter of Central Vermont. And yes, we are streamed live around the world, frankly, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, TuneIn Radio, Podchaser, Deezer, Podcast Addict, and GeoSavant. Have a great day, everyone. We'll catch you again real soon. God bless.